Hello everyone, we're here today to teach you the 5 easiest cruiser tricks for beginners. But first, we're gonna show you what a cruiser board is and tell you why it's different than a skateboard. We got a note though. Why did the skateboard go to the movie? Because it was wheelie board. Ooh! Hey guys, we are very excited to release Braille's first ever non-popsicle shaped complete skateboard. We have 2 versions of this cruiser shaped board. Take Me to the Skate Park and Straight Cruising. Both are reminiscent of what the pros rode in the late 80s, early 90s. Very, very cool. These are available now, brailleskateboarding.com, and you are getting the first ever look at our Braille complete non-popsicle shaped cruiser deck. So check it out, a popsicle shape. This right here is Glow's wonderful skateboard. It is a popsicle shape, which means it is rounded on both ends. It is not exactly symmetrical, but it can be. That's a very important part to note.
That's a special 825.
This is actually Glow's very specific shape that he custom made himself, but this is a popsicle shaped board. However, this is a cruiser shaped. As you can see, the tail is a little more squared off. It's a little less round, and this is a little more pointed. So one of these boards is specifically made more for, as it's called, cruising around. You can still do tricks on it, but it's not specifically made to do tricks. You ride it around. As you can see, the wheels are a little bigger, so your ride is gonna be a lot smoother. You can ride over cracks, ride on the streets. It's a lot better and made for going from point A to point B in a more smooth fashion, if that makes any sense. You can have that one. I want this red one. Check this one out. So these are bigger street wheels. These are actual street wheels. These are cruiser wheels. So if you want to get the ultimate ride, these are the wheels right here. Check those out. You will never cruise better in your life. Glow's trying to swoop on it. Look at this.
They're brand new Thunders.
Yo!
Are they 825?
So these 2 cruiser boards right now are our very first Braille cruiser boards. They're available right now at brailleskateboarding.com. And right now, Glow and Mowgli are going to teach you the 5 easiest cruiser tricks for beginners. Let's go.
Well, let's get this. All right, so the first thing you will want to do when you get something beautiful like this, it's called the good old throwdown. And that basically just means you're gonna, on your day, onto the store you go, to the good old Walmart, Target, whatever one. There's some people that just drop the board like this and then get on and then cruise. I feel it, everyone has different ways, but if you want to get some speed and you want to get going, give it the good old. Just follow it with your eyes, make sure it drops right in front of you, guide it with your front foot, and trust me, it'll just follow right along this. So if you're goofy, you're gonna use your right hand, so you just go. But if you're regular, you're gonna use your left hand and you just hold it. You might wanna grab at the tip. With these cruisers, it has a nice point at the tip, so I think this is what a cruiser is meant for. You grab it right here and you just lay it down on the ground. Man, you could start standing still and do it. That's how you get the good practice. Then you can start really. That's how you could get the real speed. So once you get comfortable with that, just give it a good old. I normally have my front foot by the front bolts. So you could catch your balance and you could just keep it going. Then you could set up, do a little ollie, you know. See a little rock or something? That's how you throw down here with a beautiful, beautiful Braille cruiser. Go get that.
All right, this is like one of the easiest tricks. I'll give you like a really good example. So my brother, whenever he first started skating, he was limited on tricks, and I would just bring him along for everything. As this is a cruiser board, he would mainly come for cruising and to hang out with me. He only had like maybe shove-its, ollies down, and this one time I told him, if you want, you can expand off of this one grab trick, or just, I don't know if you want to define it as a grab or what, but I told them boneless, you can have fun and it's easy and you can just not be afraid when you're approaching obstacles. And when usually we would push around in the streets, it's an easy trick to just incorporate while cruising. These cruisers right here, which is really cool. So a boneless, I use my left hand to grab the board and lift it up. So, all right, left hand, you squat, you grab the board. You can grab it like right here from the wheel to like the middle of the board. That's where I tend to grab for a boneless. And as you're doing that, you wanna take your foot off and kind of give it like a wing, if that makes sense. It's almost like you're giving a wing. And I've seen a lot of people just like not do that, but I've seen the proper way, and I mean, there's no real proper way, I feel like. It's just, this is the trick, because like I see a lot of people also just like that, which is, I think that one's cool, because like you're kind of doing a tuck knee, so you're tucking your whole thigh and leg, everything into it, and then you jump back on it. I'll do a proper boneless right now for y'all. These are tricks that maybe for those that have been around Venice Beach or Santa Monica and you're on the boardwalk and there's like ledges or just flat gaps and you're just like going pretty fast and comfortable. This is one of those tricks that you can actually apply over and all like those kind of obstacles and maneuver your way around people. I do want to say that this trick is in the beginner, but also moving in that like, all right, I'm getting used to skateboarding, but it's not to say that a beginner cannot do a boneless. I feel like if you don't even know how to ollie, this might be the move too. You have more control than how high you do a ollie. Boneless is a really good trick to cruise around, and I'm gonna do some bonuses so y'all can see. But boneless is a really cool one. And another one that before we leave boneless as a cruising trick, it's a beam plant or fast plant. You can correct me in the comments, but I've heard fast plant or beam plant for this one. So instead of like this hand right here, it's this hand over here. And you just kind of do the same thing. You do the same thing, but you do that. So it's like, so let me kind of go a little motion over that parking block. So similar to a boneless, my right hand instead of my left hand, and I'm goofy. So if you, I will explain this really quickly because I don't want to confuse anyone. As you saw me skating, I did not explain I'm goofy. So that means my left foot is on the popping side of the board and my right leg is over here kind of guiding the whole steering direction. So for me, a boneless is with my left hand. But if you're regular, not goofy, that means your left leg is over here guiding everything and your right foot is over here on the popping section. That means for you, your right hand would be the wing for the boneless. So I guess you got the extra one with the fast plant / beam plant. You can correct me on that one. Once again, I just skate and do the tricks, and sometimes I'm not well educated on the trick, but I have heard those two terms for that one, the fast plant or beam plant. So those are the two tricks. Oh!
What? This 180 over that? That was crazy.
All right. For a no comply, woo! This is actually a really cool trick. When I was growing up in the Tony Hawk era of Tony Hawk's Underground, this was in that category of boneless, which I don't know why. And in my brain, I was like, you know how when you think heel flip, varial heel, and laser flip? I thought no comply, and then the boneless was that next phase, which makes no sense because like you're not even grabbing the board on no comply, but I thought I'd bring that up. For a no comply, it's all about your back foot, and then this foot's kind of like doing that. So I'd say just practice your front foot, just kind of like sliding off, because that's really what it is, honestly. All you want to do is just let your foot slide off, like barely in that slight edge of the board. You want to just do that. Like you see how my hand's just flying off? That's what you want to do with your foot. So it's like you're feeling that. And your back foot's not really doing that much. It's all it's doing is slightly going down as your foot's flinging off. It's like when you have a rubber band and you pull it back and you let go, the rubber band flies off, right? So that's what, if you're putting that analogy into this, that's what this is. This is the rubber band, and this is just your finger holding onto the rubber band. And then when you let go of it, it's like letting it turn. So let's give you an example right here. So I didn't do anything but that. I have seen people do this way where they kind of, they step off. So they don't do that, but they like kind of do a jump motion, which I feel like that's kind of crazy because like you have to time everything perfectly. So it's like they do that. And when I say they, specifically a friend back home, his name's Andy, he does that. That's pretty cool. So it wasn't as legit as the way I do it, but I just wanted to kind of bring that up because like I don't want to just say there's one way when I've seen that way, but some people might not accept that as a proper way. So think of the rubber band method for the no comply. For a straightforward no comply, I would just say it's more like the same thing, but don't turn your shoulders and it won't go into a 180. Because like for me, the front 180 is way easier, and that is the reason why you saw me like going in circles and whatnot. And then you can just expand like shove, no shove, heel flip, no heel flip, and then like a kind of a tray flip one, which looks crazy, so. That no comply tray flip.
Number 4, most famous drop-in. And I think this is the best thing to do on a cruiser, because not all the times you want to skate and do all kinds of crazy tricks. Sometimes you just want to chill and feel the wheels underneath cruising. So what more than to go to the skate park, get a nice little drop in and just hang out, chill, just relax. Woo! There's literally nothing like a drop-in, so there's many ways to do a drop-in. You could do a switch, fakie, you could pivot, you could do all kinds of stuff. But today is drop-in. And there's three big steps JD taught me as I was learning how to drop in on vert. But we're gonna apply it to this mini guy right here. 3 main tips on drop-in is getting your tail locked in. And when you're up here, the second is being fully confident in yourself. Because trust me, I know it's a scary feeling when you're on the tail and you're looking down. And third, you just lean forward like you're gonna tackle the ground, because it's always better to fall forward than slip backwards. So you're gonna apply all the pressure, you're gonna hit the nose, and you're gonna, woo! So with that being said, you gotta apply all 3 of them. There's about 5, we'll go 5. You gotta be mentally strong up here too, because I was in the vert, trust me, terrified. So if you're feeling terrified, you get up there, put your front foot around the bolts. That's big key to this, around the bolts. So you get that solid drop in. And you get ready and you go shoulder first, boom. You make sure you touch this front wheel like you're slamming these front trucks into the ground right here. You just, boom. Don't go up here and get scared and go, oh, because you don't want to do that. Trust me, that's scary. Just slam it forward, go forward. If you take a little scrub, get back up there, try it again. It's okay. We all fall. I fell dropping in a couple times. So if you do, just get back up and keep on trying. You will get it. All right, guys. We're gonna take it to the bigger side. This is a key example of you wanna lean forward all the way and not go back. Not second guess yourself, no, none of that. You just gotta fully send it. So when you get up here, JD tells me, lock it in. Within 3 seconds, you gotta go, because that's how confident you feel. But if you don't get it within the 3 seconds, it's all good. Flip it back up, get some deep breaths. It all applies for a big, small, so you just go. Woo!
That thing is fast.
That thing is fast. That's one thing about cruiser boards. You do go a little bit faster than a normal skateboard, because sometimes The wheels are a little bigger, and that's what gets you to haul down faster. You know what I mean? And bang, that's how you drop in. All right, guys, and number 5 here, the simple old good old ollie. Our favorite trick, one of the best feeling tricks, whether it's high, low, over something, down something, on top of something, whatever, floats the boat. Ollies are the best. And today we're gonna teach you how to ollie on a cruiser board. It's a little bit different from your normal board because a cruiser sometimes a little bit heavier, the wheel's a little bit bigger. It might be a size 9 and you skate like a 775 or an 8, so it might just be a big board, kind of heavy, so you gotta really try on these sometimes. So it's kind of hard to get the ollie super high. It's all good to just get a nice solid ollie. The key to an ollie, I think, putting your back foot in the pocket right here, straightening your front foot, putting all that pressure back and just floating. Your front foot slides up and guides it, just keeps it levitating, keeps it not to go all crazy. It helps you out. It's like your best friend to your back foot, because your back foot pops it and it needs this to guide it up. So you want to just ollie and guide it up. Just move it up. Don't flick to the side or flick out. Just ollie and move it up. Try to do it with your hands first so you could like get the motion. This is one of the keys to a cruiser. Ollieing. That's why it's the final step. It's one of the best. So when you tend to ollie on these, like I said, it's gonna be a little bit heavier. Bend your knees a little more, get a little bit more effort, boom. Then when you got that, this is where they really come in handy because you could be riding, you could be cruising, and then boom, you see a little rock. Some cruiser wheels can't make it, so what better than doing a nice little, dang. That's all you need to do in an ollie on a cruiser. Get over your rocks, get over the little cracks, whatever's in your way. Just pop a little ollie over the top and you'll be smooth sailing.
Hey, you rock that, dude.
I know, these rocks, really, these rocks, you could be having a wonderful day. Cruising down on your cruiser, going down your street, gonna go get a nice cold Gatorade or a Sprite, whatever you like, and bam, you just see 5 rocks. You don't even pay attention. You can hit them, spill out.
You can have a coffee, spill your coffee.
Spill your coffee. You can spill anything, scrape your knee up. You know what I mean? So that's why we're teaching you the boom, the good old ollie. And I hope that helps you out, and I hope you're having an amazing day.
One final thing I do want to add on to what Glow just said regarding the ollie. Is a cruiser, it's made for cruising. You are meant to ride it from point A to point B. You can take it anywhere. It's really cool. If you add the ollie to your trick list, there's nothing that can stop you. That's how I like to think about it. Let's say you're riding from your house to the grocery store. There's countless curbs on the way from your house to the grocery store, I assume. If you figure out how to ollie and then you translate that into ollieing up a curb and rolling off the curb, there's nothing in your way that could stop you from rolling everywhere. Nowhere is unachievable on a cruiser board if you learn how to ollie. So I personally think that's the most important trick you can learn on a cruiser board. If you've ridden a regular skateboard before, a regular popsicle shape, and then you translate it to a cruiser, there will be a little bit of a learning curve. You will have to get used to that shape before you're really, really good at it. But that comes with everything. Just get used to your board, get used to the weight, figure out where you have to put your back foot, where the best place to slide your front foot is. Once you get used to it, you're gonna have an amazing time on your Braille cruiser. Those are the 5 easiest skateboard tricks on a cruiser. We hope you learned something today, and we hope we inspired you to go out and learn some of these tricks. There's some videos right there. Go ahead and check them out. Subscribe, like, leave those comments below. And don't ever forget the #1 goal here at Braille Skateboarding is to teach each and every one of you how to skate. So if we achieve that in this video, go ahead and leave it in those comments below.